All right, here with Uncle Kevin
Yep.
Millar, MLB Network, Intentional Talk. So the first thing I got to ask you, because it's been a while since I saw you. The last time I saw you was during the World Series. We were doing Barstool Radio across the street. Now we got 4 of these things.
Go Yanks, Matty. No, UConn, Matty.
Yeah, big UConn guy. He's got Springer on the other side.
It's one of
now.
the greatest ever.
Yeah. So last time I saw you was at the World Series before they won their 4th.
Yeah.
You were here in 2003, by the way, before they even had one since 1918.
Correct. You guys were miserable back then.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was a
You
bad
guys
time.
were very mean.
I was having a bad time. But how much do you think that 04 team, the 03 team, how much did that 03 team change the entire culture? Because back then, the fans were obviously miserable, but so were the players. Like, those were some miserable teams. Before you got here, the 02 team, miserable. 01, miserable. Then you get here, and it kind of changes everything. And it's not just that you were a part of that team. You were kind of one of the guys that changed the culture.
I'm glad you said the 03 team because, honest to God, the
Everyone
03
forgets.
team, everybody forgets.
You were
We
breaking
at
all
that
kinds of
point,
records.
I have a plaque in my office that, when you get all these little fun things, that's the one that I kind of look up once in a while. When I say office like I work, I don't really work. It's just a plaque in this room in the house. Let's act like where I like I got Manny Ramirez's spikes. He had some some black and awesome spikes. But I have this thing, 03, we broke the most runs in Major League history.
It was like runs, and then you set the record for slugging percentage,
Slugging,
doubles,
RBI.
extra
Yeah, but it was.
bases.
But that lineup though, 'cause
Everyone had a career year.
Yeah, you had Nomar, Todd Walker had 20 home runs in the
Yeah.
2-hole. Johnny Damon had probably one of the most unbelievable leadoff years that the game's even seen.
Yeah.
It was like 335 or 40 doubles, 20 home runs, 85 ribbies,
Yeah.
100 run score. But the point being is that 03 team, truly, we were new guys. We weren't the 02 team. I know the 02 team had some issues and they didn't win, and you guys, whatever it was. But we came in happy.
Yeah.
We're like playing for the Sox. So our attitude was like, we're happy. And we had to get Trot happy and Jason Varitek happy. And all of a sudden they realized, this is a happy team.
Right.
Billy Miller's a happy person.
Yeah.
Kevin doesn't shut up over there at first base.
Very
Todd
true.
Walker doesn't speak, but he's a happy guy.
You know how, like, when you go to, like, the grocery store and, like, the next person,
frozen-
here it is right here.
Jason Varitek. That made him happy. See, he's still happy. He
He's
wasn't
still
happy before 03
Look at
team.
him smiling.
Hey, 02, you were not happy. 03, you got happy. He started hitting 20 home runs. I taught him how to pull a baseball. Jason was a guy who would go the other way and hit like Paul Bacco.
That's true.
Then Uncle Kevin, Jason, you're welcome. You hit 25 home runs. He's a great player.
He's never going to say a word.
All right.
What I was going to say is that, when you go to the grocery store and you put the things in the conveyor belt, that 03 team was the divider in between your groceries and the next person. That divider was the 03 team, was like there was pre-03 and then after 03, and it's 2 completely different generations of Red Sox baseball.
I agree with that.
It's
I agree.
crazy.
I agree. And you being from here, living here, seeing it, but I agree with that because the 03 team, listen, we had a great group of guys. Everybody's first time playing in Boston. We're probably 6 new guys with Poppy and, like I said, Billy Miller and Todd Walker, whoever they brought in. The moral of the story is that, like, we hung out.
Yeah.
We were in the city. We were at the restaurants. We were just, all of a sudden, you kind of like, okay, we know who these guys are. Because coming into spring training, there was an article, or I forgot who it was, but they're like, who are these guys? Bill Miller is like, blah, 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 Kevin Millar.
They
And you're
stole
right,
you
David
from
Ortiz. It was Jeremy Giambi, remember?
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to be the DH.
We had like 9 first basemen.
Yeah.
Shea Hillenbrand had a great year in 02, but then they kind of got rid of him for Bill Miller. But there was a lot of stuff
Miller
going
was,
on.
Byung Hung Kim, I think they got for him.
No, that was Hillenbrand for Arizona.
Hillenbrand,
Arizona.
Yeah, right.
So, but there's just a lot of stuff. But then when we got here, we started doing well. We hit.
Isn't
we
John
scored
Burkett
runs.
on that team?
John Burkett, yes. The Mizuno 19-year-old glove. He'd sit over there and throw 83. By the way, playing first base with Carlos Delgado.
Yeah.
And John Burkett throwing cutters to Carlos Delgado in the old turf in Toronto. That ain't fun.
Yeah.
With these hands.
Everyone forgets that Delgado actually signed over here. He was like 4 home runs shy of 500. Never got there. Never made it back to the big leagues after the minor league deal.
That's
That's
you're
a
right.
dude right there.
So, yeah, that being said, to put it all in a nutshell, the 03 team was awesome. I think it did start changing, and obviously winning 04, Aaron Boone 03 and win 04 is like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, that lineup had length. Like, you're talking about Bill Miller earlier. Do you remember what he hit that year?
He won the batting title
Yeah,
at
he sure did.
329.
6.
Remember
what Manny hit that year?
Manny hit 338.
325.
No, because he went below. Yeah, he was
on the last day. So that day, I was here at Fenway. It's pouring out. I don't know if they're going to play today, but it was the wild card night. Do you remember that night?
Wild card night with Oakland.
Yeah,
right. Oakland A's.
Clinching here at Fenway. And that celebration, I mean, that would never happen now because now winning has almost become routine. Where
Do you remember that night?
I was there. I actually, you know how I got those tickets? I rented a tux for a wedding. And they were like, all right, if you rent a tux, then you get a free pair of Red Sox tickets. They were the last row underneath the scoreboard way up there.
Yes.
But then we ended up coming down later on. But, yeah, that wild card night, that was the first of many celebrations, but it was the first.
Do you know what? We clinched a playoff berth against the Orioles. Now, I don't know a lot of people remember this. I took the entire team, a full uni with spikes, jogged down Yawkey Way. We jumped across the street, jumped into a bar that was not, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
We're in that bar. I'm giving drinks, Derek, everybody. We just hat backwards like the Rocky Balboa movie.
Yeah.
And this is no joke. They had to close the doors because the fans were trying to get in. There's only so many people, fire hazard, whatever it was. And I remember Jack McCormick calling over there like, guys, the bus is leaving. We were in full uni jogging down Yawkey Way. This is a true story, Lorraine. Think about this.
Think about
it.
it.
To do it now, I mean, 2003, we just got done celebrating. We're going to the playoffs, and we all jogged down Yawkey Way to a bar, full uniforms. And it was like, you couldn't make this up.
What was your favorite bar when you were a player here? Just say
love Daisy
Buchanan's.
Buchanan's.
Yeah.
I mean, this is good. Who doesn't love Daisy Buchanan?
Yeah, R.I.P.
Right?
R.I.P. Daisy Buchanan's.
Pray.
Yeah, let us
I apologize
moment of
for
silence.
Daisy Buchanan's amazing. Can you imagine if you were a voice or those walls could talk?
Oh no, you wouldn't want them to talk because
No,
that would be
I
bad
was
news for a lot of
I was
people.
just wondering that if they could.
If they could, you'd probably want them to speak a foreign language that people can't understand. That would be nice if they did that. But so now, because I've asked guys like Tim Wakefield, I've asked Mike Lowell, different guys who have played on the 04 and 07 teams. By the way, one of my favorite Kevin Millar moments of all time, you were an active player in this league and still came back to throw out the first pitch before, what was it, Game 7 of the ALCS in 07?
Yeah, you guys were playing the Indians.
Yeah.
Because Trot Nixon was on the Indians.
Yeah.
And he's over there giving me the bird and the finger on the mound. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, you're number one, Kevin. You're number one.
What other player in Major League history could get away with throwing out a first pitch for another team while they were still employed by another team?
Think
in the league?
about what you just said. This got brought up about 2 months ago with my buddies, okay? And I'm like, you can't make it up. It happened.
it
They
did.
go, what? You were playing for the Orioles, but yet threw the first pitch out for the Red Sox in a playoff game.
Not only did you throw out the first pitch, but everyone forgets the hype video. There was a hype video that ran before Game 7, and it's like Kevin Millar being like, let's go Sox Nation, you got Beckett, and you got Lester, and you got this and that. And it's like, I mean, then you got to still strap up for the O's in spring training.
You can't make this up. Think about it. Andy McPhail, I remember he gave him permission. They're like, hey, the Red Sox called over if you can throw the first pitch out for Game 7 because Dave Roberts is going to do it, I guess, Game 6. I'm like, yeah, I'm in, dude. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'll never forget, I was on the mound. I'm looking over there, and Chris Gomez, who I play with the Orioles, and Trot Nixon, obviously, I played here with the Red Sox. I look over, and they are both just giving me the bird. And I'm just laughing because here I am rooting against them, throwing the first pitch out. We got the hype video, and it was a great skit.
So last question before I let you go, because you have a tight schedule. Important guy these days.
Yeah,
right. So here's where we can relate, because you're still cranking homers. What was it, last year or the year before? Were you playing that charity? Was it a charity game or whatever? You hit a homer?
St. Paul Saints, the Northern League.
Yeah.
We had a Bill Murray and Kevin Millar bobblehead doll.
Okay.
So it's like a two thingy.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you guys come out here and go? So they asked Bill. He said, yeah, he's coming.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, if Bill comes, I'm in. But do you think I could play in the game? And I did that for a joke. There's no joke.
Yeah.
Like April. Here it comes. 2 weeks. Hey, we got you cleared. We talked to the league. You could definitely play in the game. I'm like, I started getting butterflies. Like I look at my, like, oh God.
I was just kidding.
I'm just a dad. I'm just a dad.
Hamstring.
I'm just a dad. I haven't swung in 7 years.
Yeah.
Fly in, go golf,
Yeah.
play 9 holes, go to the field, 2:30, take some batting practice, get uni. I was like scared I didn't want to get hurt, right? Can't make it up. I tried to homer every swing during batting practice. I couldn't roll a ball to the fence.
Yeah.
I mean, just couldn't get one out. Got one at bat and homered it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that when I was locked in here at Fenway, let alone do it at 45 and you haven't hit in 7 years.
You had that 3-homer game against the Yankees, though. What was that? That was the night before the brawl, right?
That was the night before the brawl. It was
July
right before I was
23rd.
getting booed. I made an error in the first inning, bases loaded, threw a ball away to Varitek. It was his fault, my fault, but I'm just kidding. I'm going to say it's his fault, but it wasn't. and the crowd started booing me because I was struggling, and I just heard, like, boo! I'm like, oh, God. Yeah. And I was supposed to get traded to, like, the Mets, I think, where kind of that situation was getting brought up. And that game, I hit 3 home runs. And then by the third one, they're like, yeah, we love
we love this guy. But the question I was going to ask is, the way that you cover the game at MLB Network is similar to how we do it over here at Barstool, in that we're trying to put these guys in a position to showcase their personalities, and we want to paint them in a positive light. So when something happens where you almost have to be critical, you're a guy that's out like golfing with some of these guys. I'm sure you have a bunch of their numbers on your phone. You're texting them, you're talking to them. Like, we're getting to that level now too. How do you sort of balance, I have, like, this is my job.
Yeah.
I got to talk about you. Like, that's my job, but we're also buddies. You want to go play 18 on Sunday?
It's a great question. I think it's the toughest thing we have to do, especially as an ex-player, because I never want to get to the point, because I remember sitting in this locker room right here in Fenway.
Yeah.
Getting ready to throw a baseball through the TV, listening to John Kruk get on my defense.
Yeah.
And you get sensitive. And he's saying Millar and Ortiz, they can't play defense. I'm like, I remember sitting in that thing going, John Kruk's telling me I can't play defense. Like, who's John Kruk?
Yeah,
and it stayed with me.
Right.
Now, looking back, now he's doing his job. Millar and David Ortiz aren't very good defensive players.
Yeah.
Olerud and McCavish are a better substitute.
Yeah.
But I'm getting taken out in the 7th, and I'm starting to get pissed off. And you're like, but now I'm on the side. It's the one thing, you don't want to be a homer to every single player in every single situation, or you lose credibility, right?
Yep.
But you also have to never be careful of challenging somebody's, what was the word? They're challenging their, I'll think of it. But my point, but it's the toughest thing, because there's that fine line.
Right.
If you don't hustle out a ball, or don't mentally do something correct, or is lazy on the field, I'm going to get on you. But I don't want to challenge your integrity.
Right.
You're
not challenging their character.
Character.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking
There
for.
it
See?
is. Bam.
Jared, I knew we could do
Knew
this.
it.
But,
I knew it.
And it's true, though. And I think a player will understand that. If I get on you because you jogged out a ball to shortstop and it's a double play, I have the right to do that, because you can control your effort.
Right.
Right? Play the game hard, play the game right. You're not going to control going 4 if a guy makes 3 diving catches. Hey, great at bats. You can't boom for that.
Right. And I think there's some guys that they know, like, if you call them on something, like say a guy's not hustling down to first base, and you call him on that, he knows you didn't hustle down to first base. He's probably mad at himself, but now instead of being upset with you for criticizing him, he's probably more upset that you drew attention to it. So now other people are gonna be like, oh shit, like, I didn't hustle down first base.
We're fans. Like, I'm a fan of the game. I love baseball. I love watching it.
Yeah.
I love the players. I'm never jealous of the players. Like, some media guys were jealous of the players and the athletes, and they could be arrogant, and they're big diamonds and big cars coming in. You understand it.
Yep.
But I think if you treat people with respect and treat them in a nice way, the way you'd want to be treated, like we were taught when we were kids, it's all good.
It is all
even
good.
when you struggle.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're great, you're Aerosmith.
That's right. What that's a nice little Boston
Dream
reference.
on!
That's Kevin Millar, MLB Network Intentional Talk. Check him out over there. I'm sure you already do if you're listening to this podcast. We got to do this again when you have more time. I could talk to you for hours about baseball.
I would love to.
I won't.
We probably have more time. It looks like it's raining. I'm not doing anything in the field now, Lorraine, so what else you want to keep going?
You want to keep going?
We can keep going.
Can we keep going?
We're not going out there. No? I got to go.
All right. He's got to go. All right.
We're doing
Next
this
time.
again.
We're doing this again.
All
Kevin
right,
Millar,
deal.
thank you so much.
Hey, bro. Thank you.